Hello everyone, my name is Russell, and today we're going to be playing some Oxygen Not Included. So this Expressive update just officially released as of today, and I hadn't played any of this update pre-official patch. I hadn't messed around with any of the pre-release stuff, the beta mode that you can go into. So I figured that it would be fun to just start a new base, post up this Let's Play, see if I can get some feedback, and kind of push this whole thing forward together. I've always really enjoyed watching these Let's Plays from people like Grind This Game and Brothgar, Cryptic Fox, and stuff like that, so I kind of wanted to just try it myself, kind of see where it goes. So I'm just going to go ahead, let's do 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 clicks. 10 clicks on the World Gen Seed. I'll play everything just regular. We'll go with it. So there's that world seed right there. I'll put it down in the description if anybody really likes this map. Let's go. So yeah, I know that with this update, dupes interact with each other now, and the big thing is that they have this new schedule that you can actually adjust. I originally, when I was reading the patch notes, I didn't realize that you could adjust the schedule if you wanted to. I thought it was literally just like, this is what the dupes do, this is when they work, this is their leisure time. And I was like, wow, that's going to be kind of difficult to deal with. But I think it looks pretty cool from some of the things that I've watched. But previous patches I had been a little more involved with in the pre-patch and stuff like that. But this one I really don't know very much about. So we're going to have to kind of see, we're going to kind of feel our way through it. But I'm going to try and play this sort of my normal standard way that I generally play this game. Maybe you guys will see things that'll be like, don't do that, it's really stupid. But so generally when I start off, I like to find somebody who's good at digging. I like to find somebody who's really good at research. And then also, I think my third dupe, I generally shoot for somebody that's like good at building. Oh, I just messed one. +6 learning, that was kind of stupid. I've only just recently started not giving these interests as much stock as I normally do. Actually really good. Narcoleptic kind of stinks, but it's pretty easy to manage. But, these interests, it makes them grow faster, but everybody's going to grow eventually if you cycle them through the jobs and things like that. So that's really not as important. Now, obviously, if you find someone who's got +5 cooking and their interest is cook, well, that's really great. But, it used to be that I would only get dupes that lined up with what I wanted them to do. So, like, if this was my research dupe, like someone who had, like, +3 or +5 learning and an interest in research, and it made it so that I would sit here for forever and just click and click and click. And I don't really like -3 strength. Oh, this one's actually really good, too. We'll see about this 2 narcoleptic dupes. I generally don't like my research person to have narcoleptic because that can make it really difficult to get things finished up as far as research goes. If they can fall asleep and you just totally miss it. But all right, let's see. +2 learning maybe, but also a research interest. So that might be a pretty good Bert. I want to find somebody who builds stuff. Right? Man, lots of narcoleptic dupes this time around. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Great. You can do all sorts of stuff. They're pretty good at cooking, operating. Let's just try for just someone who's just a little bit better at research. Do research. Okay, well, it kind of looks like I screwed that up and I should have... Oh, no, mouth breather. All right, whatever the next high number of learning is, we're going to go through it. We don't want to sit here all day long and... Oh, perfect. All right, great. I'll take that. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dump. All right, I'll take dump. Dump it is. All right. Oh, no, there's some water. I was going to say a little concerning at first when you don't see much water in the very beginning, but let's just do very standard dig out to the left and right. Like we got a purple biome over here. Wow, there's a big thing of water up here. And some more water down here. We're gonna have to dig pretty far down to get to our first water, which is kind of a pain. Sometimes, like, if the water is like right underneath and stuff like that, it makes getting your first cycle base really easy to set up. My general first cycle base, I like to get an outhouse or two down, or 2 outhouses down, 2 wash stations down, and beds. And normally I can generally get that done in 1 cycle, and that's not very difficult at all. But with the water all the way down here, it might be pushing it a little bit. Alright, so with the purple biome over here, I'm going to turn this down so that they come dig out over here, and we'll see what's over here. But I think that going out 7 blocks generally works out pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gives you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gives you 4 beds on either side. Why don't we just trim that down just a little bit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you can get 3 beds on either side of this and the door so that you can start your room. We'll go ahead and we'll do a ladder down to right here. I tend to plan pretty excessively in the beginning. Like, there are a few things that I generally like to get planned out so that, you know, like the bathroom location and stuff like that. I generally like to get that pretty well taken care of in the beginning of the game so that I don't have to go back and relocate the bathroom later. 4, 5. Okay, wow, that was a really good guess. Alright, so we've got a slime biome over here, and I think I would rather do that. So we're gonna go ahead. This is gonna be there. Go ahead, put that down. Want to some perlets in here. Got some wash basins in here. Let's see, so 4. Okay, perfect. So later on we can put a 3rd sink or a 3rd wash basin in right there, a 3rd toilet right there, and that'll be a pretty well established bathroom. So let's definitely get, actually, these tiles aren't as important. Let's definitely get this going. We want to get this pitcher pump going. Get these in here too. And if we can get all of that done in this very first cycle, I would say that is pretty successful. Now we have to do that. Otherwise that sink wouldn't have a place to go. Let's speed things up a little bit now that I got a general idea. So when I do bathrooms, I generally like to have the bathroom pretty close to a slime biome, and this one might work really well because there's this area right here and there's not even slime lung in it. Really good. Because I like to kind of like build a little section just outside where I'll dump my polluted water and put my compost. And I'm like sort of a germaphobe when it comes to this game. It's kind of what it feels like when I play over and over again, is that like a lot of my planning has to do with never dealing with germs, period. I don't like germs in my base. I don't like making huge piles of slime lung all over the place. I don't like when my dupes pee all over the place. You know, inevitably it happens occasionally, but it's just kind of annoying sometimes. Actually, might as well do this. Might as well just get that little bit of extra space right there. But I don't like my dupes peeing all over the place. So I generally go pretty quickly for like decontamination and stuff like that. Okay, well, so that's one way to do it. I generally pretty quickly go for decontamination and stuff like that. For crying out loud. Alright, we're gonna cancel that for right now. Alright, so look at that. We're good. We got it. We got wash basins with water. We got toilets. We got cots. We are in pretty good shape. We want this to be everything, and we want to turn the priority up. Alright, so yeah, so this is a pretty standard first cycle, but I just realized that I haven't even... Oh, that's interesting. So this says manage schedule. It says not implemented, adjust colony scheduling. Period is the hotkey. Alright. There's bath time, work time, downtime, and sleepy time. That's funny. Did anything... I didn't feel like anything really changed. I thought they were working pretty much until they went to bed. I'm gonna largely ignore this until I get my base kind of put together. Alright, so I want to move that back up to 5. I'll move that to 5. That's 5, which is fine. 4. That's this. And 5. I just want to go through here and get my research station set up. I actually might want to wait on that. Oh. Hear that little jingle? I'm guessing that must have to do with the work schedule. Doop, 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 doop. It's kind of fun. But I think I have enough copper right here that I can get my workstation set up. Do this guy. This guy. I'm kind of weird and like I'm a very preemptive player when it comes to oxygen not included. I really don't like doing something and then like having to go back and do it later, which I realize is like it's totally valid. Like I mean it still happens. Like I'll screw things. Oh. What's going on here? What's Gossman doing? Just grooving over here. Oh, there we go. It's a little glitched out, I guess. But I generally don't like to have to, like, reconstruct, like, really large portions of my base. Like, you know, I know a lot of times people just, like, drop toilets down, like, really quickly right next to their printing pod. But I really kind of like to just kind of see what I'm doing and, like, plan out where my bathrooms go. You know, I drop these cots down pretty quickly, so, you know, I'll probably have to move those once I decide where my actual bedroom is, but you know, there's just something about like thinking about what you want to do in advance and really kind of getting it done preemptively. But you know, I was talking about that because I know that sometimes I could save a lot of space and I could save a lot of copper and stuff if I just mushed all of these things together. But you know, I don't really like the heat that gets generated when that happens, and I don't know. Everybody has their own little quirks, right? Everybody has things that they like to do and things that they don't like to do. I like to try and keep my original base. Whoa. Is this a cold biome right here next to my base? Dang. If that's a cold biome right there, I'm going to be pretty happy. That's pretty exciting. That's a cold biome right there. Having access to a cold biome like that... Man, there's a lot of water. This is probably a steam geyser. Actually, it's definitely a steam geyser. You can hear kind of just like that really low rumble from the steam geyser right there. But let's do this first. Oh. Something new. Oh, the water cooler. Okay, gathering place for duplicants. So you can tell that this is a steam geyser because like the areas that are around geysers are the same always, from what I've seen and from what I've read. You know, like, oops, I accidentally destroyed that oxylite, which I did not mean to do. But the areas around geysers are always the same. So like this layout right here, where the water kind of comes off to the left and collects down here, that is a cool steam vent, I'm sure, is like right here. The chlorine geysers are generally... Oh man, there's a Normal Vacillator like right here too. This is a pretty good world seed. A pretty good world seed. I need to make sure that the person who's doing research... Of course, that's not what's happening right. I want that to be priority 8. All right, so I think what we're going to want to do here is I'll make the bedrooms for now just above the bathroom. That seems like a pretty good plan, I'd say. Or let's do something like that. Bedroom, some doors, cots, door. Take that out. Seems like a pretty good plan to me. Get up here inside this oxygen. Oh, so that little chime dinged again, and now they're eating. Oh, there's a little bit of chit chat. They're going to the bathroom. Oh, that's like one of the things that I'm actually really excited about. Is that like, oh, they're a little talking to each other. Person is thinking about going to the bathroom. What do you think, Frankie? Frankie's just hanging out. Oh, he's talking about mush bars. He really wants some fried mush bars. Okay, go to bed. Here you go. Why is this outside of the... Osman really did not want to go to bed. Better not get eaten by this hatch. I don't know why that's sitting outside the little base right there, but... So this is pretty good. You know, this isn't too close to this hotter area. Now, I mean, the slime biomes aren't that hot. Actually, I'm surprised that there's this section right here that seems to be a lot cooler than everything else around it. Well, not a lot, but like it's weird seeing this little tiny green section and all this yellow around it. This purple biome right over here. This is really warm. Boop, 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 boop. Schedule clock work. Got this big vacuum right here. That's pretty cool. This is definitely a cold biome, which is very exciting. It's pretty cool that it's going to be a cold biome so close by. Alright, so having the water like this is actually something that I really like, because having it like this, kind of off over here, means that I can make a nice CO2 sink right over here. So I can get my coal generator over here, and later on, way later on in the game, if I want, I can get mushroom farm or something over here. So that's pretty exciting. The other thing that I'm going to end up doing, I guess I wish that I had looked at this beforehand. Wonder if I can build a wall right here without causing a huge mess. I wonder if I do this really carefully, if I can have them construct this tile and then move the ladder down a tile, and then construct this tile, ladder down a tile. Let's see if I can construct a wall right here really carefully. Actually, it would be even better if I could make a wall right here. That's possible. And you do that. I make a ladder right here. Make a mess, but that's okay. Alright, so now that I've done that, I want to move the ladder down like this. I want to buy another tile. Because if I can make this ladder right here, I can have like a nice area for my CO2 to go. Alright, so generally I always do advanced research first. That's just kind of the way that I tend to. And then I just kind of work my way straight down for all of the new... Oh, giving each other finger guns. That's kind of funny. So yeah, what did I just get? Stations, jobs board. Why don't we stick the jobs board? And then the other thing I want. The other thing I know is that now there's a ton of new rooms. Why is this not move? This used to be a. Oh, because there's not a tile right here. I was gonna say, this used to be like a primitive bathroom, but apparently now something has changed, but it's because there's this thing right here isn't done. Let's do that. Actually, I'll make that digging 6 too. So it looks like what we're going to have to do is like really slowly make our way down. In the end, that'll be okay. Oh, I didn't even hear this ding. All right, let's see what we got. Unconstructive, that's not something I'm excited about. And a mouth breather, that's also not something I'm super pumped about. This guy's got some construction, but he's not very good at athletics, which is weird. Should have athletics -5, but he's actually at athletics 0. Strange. I actually think that Lindsay might be who we have to go with here. She can't build things, but she's good at cooking. She can always dig for right now. She's got good strength. All right, Lindsay it is. All right, let's get these jobs going. I want Frankie to be my research dude. Bubbles gonna be my miner. She's really good at mine. Gossman for now will be an engineer. Why don't we just start with Gopher, and then Lindsay's gonna start as groundskeeper, because the groundskeeper is kind of whatever. You don't know. Oh, you don't know. You can stop the narcoleptics from sleeping if you just click on them and move them somewhere. Definitely need that to get dug up. But, oh my gosh, this is going to be a non-stop thing. It's going to be a non-stop thing, I can tell already. Alright, so I'm going to have to really slowly make this wall, at least for 2 more tiles. And then, I'm glad they got this one bed done. This needs to happen, like, ASAP. I don't like having this bathroom out of commission. But, let's see what my oxygen is like. My oxygen's good. But I'll make this wall really slowly, and then that way I can build up a big CO2 sink down here and still have, like, this big pathway for all my CO2 to go. Now, CO2 goes down and to the right, so really, honestly, any CO2 should just make its way straight down over here. Even if some might have some like this, like stuck in a corner over here, but eventually this will eventually work its way all here, so. All right. So, I think that after this, might as well stuff this supercomputer in. I always leave something of a spot for that to go. Again, I don't really like concentrating all that heat right there, but eventually this manual generator will be gone. And then eventually, you know, if we get, who's this? Frankie. If we get Frankie a really high research skill, which they should be able to get. I mean, they should be able to get up to, you know, into the double digits pretty quickly since they have a 50% bonus in it. But once they get up there, we'll be able to rip through this research pretty quickly and we won't have to worry about it anymore. Oh, dang it. This is absolutely insane. This needs to get done, like, right now, please. Apparently there's just an absolute boatload of sand. It's really bringing me down over here. So yeah, generally when I start off a colony, and I'll play this the same way for a little bit here. Oh, idle. And work on this. Generally, when I start off new colonies, I rush pretty quickly to get germy polluted water and the compost taken care of, you know, pretty much as soon as possible. We'll blitz through plumbing, ventilation, interior decor. We'll get through that stuff pretty quickly. But pressure management so that we can get an actual door that blocks gas flow, and then decontamination so we can get that deodorizer once we get those two, I always feel pretty comfortable, you know, working my way through the rest of the base however I feel like designing it. So now that those are built, I want to deconstruct that. I think there's like a rec room. Yeah, recreation room. So a recreational building, decoration. I wonder if the printing pod is considered a decoration. If it is, that's gonna be pretty cool. I wanna add again. There. Only have to do this once more, and then this won't be such an issue. Furniture? Yeah, okay, so a water cooler. It increases duplicate morale. Surprised that it takes up, feels like, but I guess what I'll do is I'll put this here, and then how big could that be? Okay, I got my room bonuses here. That's good to know. So it can be 64 tiles total. How big do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16. Well, 64 tiles is exactly that. Look at that. So if I put this here, that's exactly 64 tiles. It's pretty cool. Now the thing that'll be interesting to see is if this jobs board is considered industrial. Uh-oh. We're spilling. Spilling a little bit. Just while that gets all figured out. Well, this is going to be interesting. This is 1,500 kilograms of water. And there's a piece of sand on the other side. I wonder if I put a tile right... Man, I need to, like, watch what I'm doing here. Keep, like, forgetting. Might as well make this a farm. How many seeds do we have? We have 6 seeds. Well, 6 will be a good enough start. So we'll make this a mealwood farm. We'll get our food area started. And, oh, it's missing a decoration item. So no, this printing pod is not considered decoration item. Oh, flower pots. I literally don't even have them yet. Actually, it feels like research is taking a little while here. Where are the flower pots? Oh, okay, so the flower pots are in interior decor now. I was gonna say, I feel like flower pots normally get those pretty early, but I guess not this time. But anyways, what I was talking about was it'll be interesting to see. I don't want to break all the way through it because I don't want to have to fill this whole vacuum up with oxygen. But it'll be interesting to see if I put a tile right here, what's going to happen with this 1,550 kilograms of water. I don't think it can go over here. I guess there's really kind of only one way to find out. I wonder if it's just going to, like, splosh up over here. It's not going to be very good. Hopefully it doesn't just delete it, because 1,500 grams of water is pretty good amount of water. I don't really want to just delete that water. Alright, so we want to plant a mealwood. So somehow there is a muckroot seed in its water. It's interesting. Yep, see? There's that cool steam vent. It's what those things look like. So if you ingrain this in your mind, you look for this, you'll always be able to tell what the cool steam vent looks like even before you see the cool steam vent. The other thing is, there always seems to be one really close to your starting area now. It just feels kind of like they have them really close. Now, that might be something that they have specifically outlined in patch notes somewhere, like, yes, that is a thing that we are doing, but I guess I'm a little slow on the uptake. So as soon as we get this done, we can really kind of dig into this area down here, which will help a lot. Will help keep the dupes busy. Alright. Keep going. Actually, why don't we do interior decor first. And then cancel that. Alright, Alright, so those will hang out for a little bit until we get some more seeds. Some more blossom seeds. Do I have anybody that's even a little bit good at research? The answer is no. You know what? This is probably going to be too much water for them to mop it up. Alright, so that's going to be too much water for them to mop up. Which, like, isn't too much of a deal. I'm guessing what happened is that water just teleported up here, right? So we're going to go down like this. We'll make like a little thing underneath it. Bubbles is over here. Oh, did you see her like kick the water off her feet? That's kind of fun. So we'll make like a little basin for this water, and then I'll have to figure out something to do with it. Or I guess if I go down to the bottom and then dig out. Oh, Bubbles asleep. If I go down to the bottom and then I dig out, it'll distribute the water along more blocks, and I can just kind of sweep that all up. These guys are doing things much faster than I feel like they normally do. I don't know, it seems like I'm a little slow on getting my base put together today. I was almost nervous that the water was going to crash through right there. Alright, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 4, and then... Okay. Alright, so I don't need that. I guess that kinda... This up? Alright, so that one right there is too much liquid, but I can mop the other ones up, which is good. So I guess I need to pause for a second and... Like, I guess I can have them dig all this stuff out. Like, we're gonna want all this. I just don't like to have them dig... I don't like to have them dig too much stuff in the very beginning, because... You know, like, you don't want to... You don't want to overextend your oxygen in the very beginning, you know what I mean? Like, as they rip through this and dig through all this, they're gonna have big old time, you know, the oxylite and stuff, which looks like is completely used up now. The oxylite would have a heck of a time trying to get all that filled back in. So I guess what we'll do, I don't really want to put this algae deoxidizer right here, because again, that's like concentrating so much heat in this little tiny area. I guess I'll put it right here. Well, I can't put it right there because that's going to be considered industrial machinery. Oh, the problems. Let's put it right over here. Fill that up. Out of 6. No, those batteries are not going to stay there indefinitely, right? Like, they're not going to be there for the long. For right now, that's where they're going to have to live. So eventually I'll get an insulated wall and I'll run it down through here. I like to try and get things... Wow, look at how hot this is getting. It's so funny, like when you can't... Before you actually can see the vent, it's like as if it's not active or whatever, but as soon as the vent becomes active, like it just starts pouring heat out. And of course this is a cool steam vent because it only comes out at 110 degrees Celsius, but this is really gonna heat this area up pretty quickly. I'm gonna probably have to build another tank around this water. I don't think there's gonna be a good way for me to take this water and bring it all the way down here. But the other thing I could do is I could build my farm, like extend this up and build this farm up in this area, and then I'll just make this a tank and then have it pump right down for my bristle blossoms. It's not a bad idea. Have this go up here. Dig through this whole area right here. Dropping a lot of stuff all the way down here. So that's to be expected. And I feel like like maybe it's just my internal expectations or something. I feel like research is just taking on just a little bit longer than it normally does. A little strong. Have them build that up. Sand is just really annoying. Alright, so I won't be able to do that one, but if I do down, I can make double layer for this tank. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've played this game quite a bit. Like, I haven't played tons and tons and tons of hours of this game or anything like that. I've played this game quite a bit. I have never had an issue with tanks rupturing or anything like that from water. Now, this would be a pretty sizable piece right here, but I just feel like people talk about having to like double up walls and stuff because you don't want the water to explode out. Like, I've never really had that issue before. Now, watch me say that right now, and then I'm gonna go to get this figured out, and it's all gonna explode, but, you know. Here be my last words, right? Alright, so... well, the other thing that I want to do is I want to dig out a space over here. How much oxyl I have left? Like 40-something. Oh, all this sand is just dropping all over the... I think I can mop this up yet. Yes! Okay, now I can mop that up. What I'm going to do is I go 2 spaces further out, and I want to put a door right there. That's going to be the inside wall of a tank, of my polluted water tank. Means I think I want to go, like, out here? It doesn't need to be very big. It really doesn't, because in the end, like, this tank is not going to do anything useful for us. But for right now, I need this tank so that until I get my bathroom set up and a water sieve set up and stuff like that, I just need somewhere where I can put polluted water. What I'm going to do this. Do this. That's too many. Do this. I have... where did I just have that door? Right here, right? So there'll be a ladder going up. Be a tile right here. There'll be another tile right here. Eventually I'll make this like mesh tiles, but a bottle emptier right here. This is a really small chain of abyssalite, which is too bad. Because sometimes it looks like when I go to venture out of the base, I'll be going this way. Because the other nice thing about doing this sometimes... oh no, that's okay, because this will be right here. The other thing about doing this sometimes is that... this all doesn't matter, but... you can have it so that where you exit your base... the way that I generally play it is like where you exit your base is through your bathroom, so any type of like germs and stuff that your guys pick up while they're outside of your base, they'll just automatically wash their hands or whatever when they come into the base. It's just like, to me, it's an easy way to make it so that nothing inadvertently comes through and is nasty. I need to get this food down here somewhere. What I'll do, that, just for right now. If I want to extend this further down, I'll go through here and, you know, the wall in, or I can blow this out and go down through here if I want to. This is a nice purple biome, honestly. Yeah, I will do that. Let's not act like I'm going that. Yeah, so this is a good area for food. This is a good area for my coal. Eventually, there's nobody running the wheel. So I've got 4 duplicants. I could take a 5th if I wanted to. I don't know if I feel like taking a 5th just yet. I feel like that might be just a little bit premature. But you have a food shortage. You also need to get... You know what, let's just do it. We'll figure it out. If I have to, we'll get some... well, I guess let's see what we got. Cooking, creativity... well, can't cook. That makes sense. Flatulent, that is something that I always pretty much always stay away from. Research, operate, and build. You know, generally I really like Mima. I think Mima might honestly be my favorite duplicant. They always seem to be really good duplicants. Like, they always seem to have, like, really high stats. Like, this is 4 and 6. This one isn't the best iteration of Mima I've ever seen, but, you know, I don't want Flatulent, I don't want Mouth Breather, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and reject these, and I'll just get things a little bit better planned out. Okay, so what are you working on? Storage is working on ventilation. Man, this seems like it's taking a long time. Cycle 7. Oh, wait a second. This is the problem? Dang it. Turn this down. Need to be... I wonder how much research she's been doing instead of Frankie. Frankie, who is like my research dude and should be got 5 in learning. Ah, dang it. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, these will be easy enough to get taken care of. So I do this because later on, later on I can come in here and also put my compost. That. This is gonna take a long time. I feel like normally I'm like, see, I need to get this compost going pretty quickly, but we might have to make an area for the compost, and I might just have to throw my whole plan right to the wind, because I can normally get this area built up in less than 10 cycles. But it just doesn't seem to be happening that way this time. But again, they are working for a little bit less time every day. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. We'll have to just see how it goes. All right, so this is going to be an area. I'll have a ladder right here. Something that I like to do is generally make the kitchen pretty close to where the food is, not too far away. The other thing that I always really like to do is make like an area for my food in the underneath the kitchen. I don't know who I saw do this the very first time I saw them do this, but every time I've done a colony since I saw the person do this, I've always built this in. I really like this little technique. So let's go through. We are also at like a food shortage, so this will be a good thing. Always have the wash basin right here. Put the microbe musher right next to the wash basin. This is going to be a ladder. This will be a ladder. I think it's 6 deep is what I need. Something just like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's perfect. That's actually exactly what I want. And then I'll put those tiles right there to signify that this is the end of the kitchen. So, hold on. Probably a better way to do this. And of course, they already built one. Let's hold on just a hot second. Why don't we go 1, 2, 3, ladder. We'll go ladder down. Just here like this. This is not low enough. Escape that part. That. Leave that out for right now. But okay, and then Okay, that's it. So this will work just fine. I can put this right here. There you have it. So I saw somebody do this and I really like it. What you'll end up doing is now I have space for either 2 ration boxes or 4 refrigerators, and it's expandable. Later on, I could put 3 refrigerators on each one of these levels if I want, and you can fill this whole space up with carbon dioxide, and then bam, you're done. There's your refrigeration. You don't have to worry about it. The storage space is right next to the kitchen, so you don't have your cook running around. And then this little area right here, which looks like it could be really useless, you just fill this up with mess tables, and then bam, they're right next to this. They're right next to the food. They can eat right here. They can cook right here. I like this a lot. I wish I knew who did it so I could give them credit for it, but I just plain forget. So sorry to whoever you are. All right, so is this a recreation room? It sure is. All right, so we got some room bonuses going, which is good. See, we do lose... Actually, it's a pretty significant amount of time. Look at that. I wonder if I can... I make this not downtime? If I do this. Oh, I don't want it to be bath time. How do I do this? All right, so that's work, 1 bar of downtime, and then bedtime. Why don't we try that? Because giving them 2 bars of downtime, that seemed like a lot of the cycle that I'm kind of missing out on. Anyways, this needs to get built. Liquid plumbing, this. So yeah, I build this out, and then I'll build a wall right here, and that'll be good to go. I really need to get compost going soon. Not too worried about the polluted water right now, because if I wanted to, I could just disable this one, and then have this whole thing. I do that all the time. Does anybody else do that, where they click on the ventilation overlay when they actually want to click on the germ overlay? I swear I do that all the time. The other thing that I probably should do is build a couple storage compactors in here. This might not be like their final resting place, but, you know, it's a pretty central location, and definitely want to get a few of those going. All right, so I can get these planted. I actually kind of like it when I can't plant all of these at once, because it makes it so that I can stagger them a little bit. But all right, so we've got a bathroom, we've got a bedroom, got a little farm area, we've got this research area, got these. Actually, we started off with just an absolute ton of water, which is always pretty good. Like this is probably the most water I've ever started off with. But we got this little carbon dioxide sink over here, which is working out really well. Later on, we'll get a a coal generator. I don't know where carbon fiber came from, but a coal generator. We'll get a coal generator over here. We definitely need to work on our oxygen distribution here, which will definitely be helped a lot by whatever those things are called, airflow tiles. I think I have. Yeah, okay, so now I have airflow tiles. We definitely need to get some airflow tiles in here. That'll help out these rooms right here. It'll help this area over here. Don't need another oxygen or an algae deoxidizer yet, because that's making 500 a second, and the dupes are taking 100 a second, but we can definitely work on getting this oxygen distributed a little better, get this kitchen area built out. But otherwise, I think that's a pretty good spot to stop for this first episode. Next time, we'll come back, we'll keep on going, we'll get all of this stuff built out. I think next time we'll plan on getting all of the very first steps of the power generation going. We'll definitely get this kind of waste area officially built out. And then, you know, maybe we'll actually go forward and get some bristle blossoms going. Got 6 seeds here, so that'll work pretty well. Or maybe we'll just give them a little bit more official of a bedroom, because this isn't looking isn't looking too hot right now, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Obviously, it helps a lot as I'm getting things started off here on this YouTube channel. If you happen to be somebody from my streaming audience and you kind of stumbled upon this video, or I posted something and it led you over here, welcome, and thank you so much for stopping by. I did used to stream on Twitch, but my schedule was just like very, very hectic to just tell people that I would be doing this thing every Monday and Wednesday or whatever amount of time. That's kind of why I transitioned to this YouTube thing. It seems like maybe it'll be a little bit easier to be a little more consistent with my uploads, since I can kind of do it whenever I have free time. But if you did hit that subscribe button, thank you so much. If you liked what you saw, please consider hitting that subscribe button. But for right now, I'm going to be leaving you with this. Thank you guys so much, and I hope I see you in the next video. See you later. Bye.